My name is Brennan, and I'm going to show you how to get started with the Numark NV. So I've already loaded Serato DJ into my computer, and once I have that done, what I need to do is load up some songs. So as soon as I grab the select wheel, I can navigate through here, and so let's pick this guy here. So now that I have that loaded up, I have a bunch of different cues that are already sort of in place. And the idea is I can hop around the song and use these different cues to find different parts of the song. The top layer is going to do that, and essentially to build up cues, what I do is I have all these slots, so I can hold down Shift and just clear them all. Let's go to regular cues. There we go. So clear it up, and I can put it in new cues now. So let's have it play back from there. You can see the BPM is the same. And as it goes through, I'm going to throw in new cues. All right, so you get the idea. You do a filter sweep just to bring it out. All right. After I have all my cues set up, I can go into my second layer with it, and now when I hit any of these cue points, it's going to put an automatic loop onto it. Right? And I still have the parameter adjust controls to either make it shorter, right, or longer. The only problem with that, though, is that it's really tough to go from like a 2-bar to a 16th note and vice versa. So because of that, there's the auto section. You can see that this is already latched in on that loop, so I'm going to turn it off there. Now up in the top left, I can do really tight loops. And down below, it's going to be 16 bars. And then in between, it just gets a little bit longer with each button push. So now I can hop a little bit easier. And again, pressing it a second time will turn it off. Now, that's really good if I'm matching up decks together, if I want to have loops just to bring it all together as one, but sometimes I want to be able to perform and stutter. So I press that auto button a second time, and now these are unlatched. And what happens is the track plays in the background. So as long as I release it on the one, it's going to sound okay. Everything that I've done so far has been locked into the grid because Serato figures out the BPM. But I can actually do stuff that's not within the BPM because sometimes I want to do that. So I have the loop section. The way that this works is I have in and out. And this is going to kill it. But again, because it's not on the grid, I can make it sound a little bit different. Again, that's going to kill it. The button on the far right is going to recall what I just did. Up top, these are all memory locations, so I highlight one, and I can put in whatever beats I want to. To recall them, I just press the button in the bottom right-hand corner. I also have a sampler section on here, and right now I've assigned this to be on fader 3. I did that just by clicking on the SP6, and you can see right up in the top here, that's where I pick which fader it's assigned to. So I'll give it a little bit of volume. So I can do my drum stuff. Right, we're going to bring it back. I can also have parts of songs in there. And the top layer is going to be always the same volume. I can turn it up and down with the fader control. But the second layer is actually dynamic, so how hard I hit the pad will decide how loud the pad actually plays. I also have the slicer mode on here. And with slicer, what it does is it automatically gives me cues non-stop. And I can revisit any of those just by pushing the button. The parameter adjust still works on here, so I can make it shorter, I can make it longer. The top layer is going to go from start to finish with the song, where the second layer is just going to loop that section where I turned it on. So it's going to get to the bottom and then back to the start. That's how that section works on the Numark NV. Now, because it's by Numark, it has a bunch of cool extra stuff to it. So let's take a look at that. Just gonna start that track from the start. So all these knobs here, they all have capacitive touch. They're actually plastic and metal, and when I touch them, I break the electromagnetic field and can do some cool stuff with it. So like you saw before, the filter is just gonna do a filter. Right, cut out the lows, cut out the highs, that sort of stuff. Now if I turn on my filter roll, now what's going to happen is it's going to roll it, and when I release, it will stop that roll. Here we go. And it's going to play it back with the same sound as to where the filter is at. There's like a little notch on the filter, so I can snap it up and know that I'm in close to center. If I press this button a second time, I'm going to check, and with this track, I'm already sending it out to effects A, but I'm also going to send it out to effects B. And then I'm going to turn on the effects 1 there and there, and now this knob will actually control the amount of effects on both my A and B side. Over here, if I turn on this guy, now I get touch effects. So I'll turn off the button for the touch effects, and now all I have to do is grab it. And when I let go, it releases. The second button push is going to turn the EQ. My kills are now just by touching the EQs. Or a whole kill. There's a lot more stuff in the Numark NV, but that's a lot to get started. Thanks for watching the video.